We build websites and SaaS tools constantly, be it plugins, be it chatbots, or be it forms. And we do something new every couple of weeks. But every time we have launched it, we hit the same wall, keyword research. So here it's how usually it goes. Open Ahrefs, type the main keyword, export the related keywords, then autocomplete, then what people are also asking, then figure out what's ranking. Too much headache. And still, I'm knee deep in 8 CSVs and 50 tabs, and I still don't have a clean list to work with. And even though I have access to Ahrefs through the company, what about personal projects? I'm not gonna spend $100 per month just to brainstorm. So, I built this workflow using n8n, and here's how it works. I just put in the keyword and its location, and that's it. And it gives me the related keywords, the suggested, autocomplete, what are people generally asking, search engine results, what are the top rankings, and all put it into a directly Google Sheet. So I don't have to pay for the subscription every month. I just have to pay for what I am using. So if you want to know how I built this workflow, let's deep dive into it. So this is the n8n workflow that we have designed so that you can start doing keyword research. Seems a bit extensive, but it is very easy to do so. So I will show you this part and this how to get the related keywords. Once I've done that, you will be able to fetch the suggested keywords, the keyword ideas, autocomplete, as well as the search engine results automatically. You just have to copy paste below and change some parameters that I will show up to you. Okay. Now, on the first, let's start. How do we tell the system which keyword to find, which location should we focus on, and create a file out of it so that every time you do a keyword research, there's a separate file. Okay. So let's focus into this. Okay. So first trigger is the trigger with form, which means whenever you set it up, you a form will be there from n8n, and you just have to put in the keywords and the location. Okay. So you can go to plus icon and get n8n form like this. And you can set it up like this. This URL will be generated automatically. You just have to put in the form title, which is I have put up keyword research for now. And what are the field names? What will be the form elements, which will be the main keyword in the text type and the field name in the country type. Once that is done, you can execute the step and you can see. So this is the test URL which you can copy and check if the form is working out or not. Okay. Now, once this is done, all you have to do is we have a separate template file which we have kept so that every time you search for a keyword, it will copy that template file. So I will just show you how the template file looks like. So this is how the template file look like, where this will be the main keyword, type, keyword, max search volume, monthly search volume, search intent, keyword difficulty, competitions, cost per click, and another answer. And similarly, we have divided this into other sheets where all the specific workflows that we have designed, the related keywords and the suggested keywords will come into different sheets and all together will come into this master sheet. So we have designed in that manner. So you can see the main keyword will be coming here, the related keyword, the search engine results, all of this. So we have already have a template that the system will be taking the reference from. Now, so what we did, we attached a Google Drive that you can do it using Google API, which is very easy. You can go to Google Cloud Console, generate the API, and put it here as a credential. Okay. So all you have to do is, it is very easy. You can simply do it. So what we have done, we have connected a Google Drive account here now, and we have set the operation as copy. Okay. Now we will choose that file from our Google Drive section. Either you can choose it from a list or you can copy the ID from the Google Drive and paste it here as an ID. And it will copy every time you research for a new keyword. Okay. Now we have set it up as a file name as the main keyword. So whenever you execute the previous node, you can just drag it here. Okay. And write keyword research that I want. For example, I'm searching for chatbot. So it will be chatbot, KW research, and the date, which I have put it in this format, date, month, and year. So you can copy the whole format for you, or you can make the changes according to what you need. Okay. Don't worry, I will be sharing the whole workflow in the description. If you are not able to do it, you can just copy the template and make changes according to your convenience. Okay. Now let's head into the creating the new sheet. Now it has copied the template. Now we will ask him to once they copy, they will create a new sheet. Okay. So again, when creating a new sheet, where it will create the account, we will as you have already connected your Google Drive, you won't face an issue here. Okay. we have created an ID. So whenever you run, for example, as soon as you run on Google Drive, an ID will be generated, which you can see. You just have to drag and drop here. So automatically it will create an document ID, a document which will be created by an ID. From list main keyword, you can put it where, which folder you want to do it. And you just have to put the main keyword and the country. So we have, if you remember, we have a sheet called main keyword where it will capture the main keyword that we have entered and the country. So we have to map that. So as you can see, ID is generated, which I will drag it here, the chatbot, and the main keyword, which I'll be dragging it here, and the country, which I'll be dragging it here. Okay. Set the language as English as default, and I have set the limit to 25. So it will only search 25 keywords. Now you can set it up for 50, 100 as per your convenience. Okay. Now once the sheet is created, let's just pin that so that we don't have to execute the workflow again and again. And it will read the main keyword now. Okay. So for example, now I have searched for chatbot. Now system has created a new sheet, put the keyword and the country into the sheet. Now the system has to know what keyword to research for. So it will take the main keyword from the sheet itself to start searching. Okay. So we have named it as read keyword, and we have to operation set it as get rows. Make sure this is very important because it's trying to read it. Which document by ID you can do, just click on this Google Drive and drag this ID. So automatically every time a new file is created, it will capture the ID and it will search the main keyword from there every time. Okay. From list, you go obviously which sheet, main keyword, and execute. Okay. As soon as we do that, okay, you can see that it has detected the chatbot United States, row number 2, and limit is 25. Everything is captured now. Okay. Now we will set this as main field so that going forward we don't have to go to previous steps and drag the nodes of that specific field. So we will set this as main fields, which are the main keyword, the location, the language, the limit, and the name. Okay. So as soon as we execute this, we get everything in the main field, which is the main keyword, what we are searching, the location, the language, limit, what is the name of the file, okay, which you can get it from here. Okay. The field ID means file ID, sorry, file ID, which is the ID of that particular file, because these are the main fields which we need. Okay. Now, the first part of the section is already complete, where we are submitting the keyword, copying it from a template, putting that main keyword in the template, and then asking the system to read the keywords from the sheets. Okay. Now, now let's head over to gets related keyword section. Okay, where we will be searching the related keywords. Now you might be asking that, yes, which API you're using? Are you using a paid one or a free one? So currently I have got to know about this data for SEO API, which contains all kind of API which you can use for marketing purposes. So I have created an account here. Now you can go to data for SEO page. Okay. Now you can go to data for SEO page. It gives you $1 for the free account for the first time, and then you can recharge. Now, in $1 you can do at least 100 searches. So it doesn't matter if you need or not. But in case you have surpassed that limit, you can always add a balance and go. So the best part is, even though you don't have to pay for the subscription like for the other software, right? Here, we can only pay for what we are using. So you can always go to this and get the APIs. So what you have to do is create an account here. Since I already have an account, I will just click on login. Okay. And you can see I have already used some of the balances. Now you just have to add this API or the credential to your n8n. Now, how do you do that? All you have to do is go to API access. Okay. And click on learn more. Okay. So this is the place where it will teach you how to add your credential into your n8n. So I will just give you a quick overview. What you have to do before doing this, you have to click on this plus icon, click on credential, and whichever project you are creating it under, you have to select that. Okay. For example, person. Now you have to select header, auth. Okay. And continue. Name, you just have to copy it from here, authorization, as you can see. Okay. And paste it here. Now, if you can see, it is asking us to put the login and password in this format. Now, how do we do it? All you have to do is go to a site called Base64, and you have to paste your login ID and password here in this format, which is login colon password. you click on encode, you paste this here. Now, which is where we will get the login. You can go to this, you can get this API login, which is here, and you can get the password, which is here. Or you can send it by email and you'll get the password. All you have to do is copy both the things inside login, colon, password, and encode. So when you will get a code here, you just have to copy this code, go to credentials. Here you have to write basic, BASIC space, and paste the code. Okay. As you can see, it is already mentioned here. Instead of login and password, use your API credentials encoded in base 64. For example, it should have the following format. Okay. So as you can see, the string should be basic space the ID. Okay. Once you are done and save, you will be connected. Okay. Now, once this is connected, we are good to go. Now we can start getting HTTP API requests from that particular credentials that we have set. Okay. So what you have to do is click on this plus icon, go to HTTP request and click on this. Okay. Paste the URL. Now, the only part you need to change here every time we do it for related keywords or suggested keywords or autocomplete keywords is to make sure the URL is changed. Now, where we will get this URL from? We will go to data for SEO. Okay. We will go to documentation. Okay. We will go to data for SEO labs API and Google, sorry, and click on keyword research. Now we have related keywords, keyword suggestions, keyword ideas, everything that we are searching for. So we will first click on related keywords because we are doing for that. Now you can see this icon, post URL. You just have to copy this URL, okay, and paste it here. Okay. This is the related keywords from where it will taking the data from. Okay. Now we will select the method as post, the URL as I've already set. Now we will choose the authentication as generic or credential type out of these two. Choose header auth because that is what we have set it up in the credentials, and select that header auth what you have input or verified under the credential section. For example, I named it as data for SEO API. That is why it is written here. Now, okay, we have set it up for data for SEO header auth. Now you have to use this JSON. You have to use this format where it will be detecting the keyword, the location name, the language name, the SERP info if it is true, the seed keyword true, and the ID limit. Okay, and set the depth as 2. You can directly copy this format, and whenever you execute it, it will generate this kind of result. Okay. Now, since we have got so many results, we need to structure this format. So, what we'll go to split out this keyword. We will use this split. Okay. Now, all you have to do is search for this, which is under task, you have to search for results, which is this. Under results, you have to search for items. Now, if you scroll down below, you'll see items. So, what you have to do is just drag and drop it here. Okay, so you'll get this. So, or because we just want to scrape out the items we need, which contains the keywords and the locations, we need that only. Okay. So once we do that, you will see that there are 25 keywords that we have searched and it has got 25 items. Okay. Now we will set this into main fields. Which fields do we need to do it? So we will go to related keyword field as the set fields and we will set this into different fields that we will put it into Excel. For example, now we have this items. So now we'll first search for main keyword, which is the main keyword that we've put it in the form. So you can go to set main fields, which we did it in the first part and drag this main keyword. Okay. Now the type is related. Okay. If we do it for ideas, we will write ideas. If we read it for autocomplete, we will write autocomplete. Okay. Now we will go to monthly search volume, which is we'll go under split out keywords. You'll go to task under items because we are obviously since these are items only. Now we search for keyword data keyword info research, which is under keyword data. So keyword data and it's somewhere here search volume. Okay, all you have to do is drag and drop it here again. Okay, now search intent, you will get it from here itself. Again, keyword data, search intent info, keyword data, search intent info, and main intent. We will just drag and drop it here. For example, like this. Okay. Now, similarly, we'll go for competition. Okay. Again, we'll go up, keyword info, competition. Okay. We'll just drag and drop it here. Okay. Which is the competition level. Which keyword? What is the keyword? Okay. So we will, which keyword they have suggested. So we will go to, which is somewhere here, keyword properties and this one, keyword properties and the core keyword. Okay. Sorry. We'll go to keyword data and this keyword that they have suggested. Okay. Now, what is the cost per click? Again, it will go to keyword info CPC, drag and drop. Once you run this, you will get this into exact these fields. Okay. Now, all you have to do is put this all these fields into a sheet. Okay. Now we will again, it has already created a new sheet for you as you know. So we will just put that ID here, which is get it by set main fields from here. We'll put this ID here, and then since the template is already copied, we just have to map it. So main keyword here, type here, max search volume here, search intent here, the keyword here, the competition here, and the CPC. Okay. Once that is done, you run the sheet, you will automatically see that it has put all this data into a sheet. Let me show you how. For example, this one. Okay, you can see that we have searched for chatbot, we got related, suggested, and everything. If we, this is the master key data. Now we go to related keywords, you can see everything into a proper format. Okay, isn't it? Now, since you have done this into a particular sheet, you can directly add it to the master sheet as well. All you have to do is do the same thing, just select the sheet, first sheet, which is the master all keyword variation, whereas we selected here as the related keyword sheet, if you remember. Okay. Now map the same things here itself. Okay. And you'll be good to go. Okay. Now for suggested keywords, ideas as well, and autocomplete, all you have to do is go and change the links. So where you will get the links, you will get it here in related keywords. I already showed you. You get the keyword suggestions. You can get the URL here. For keyword ideas, you can get the URL here. Okay. Now, since you already know this, for autocomplete, okay, you have to get the URL somewhere. If you go to SERP API, you go to Google, okay, you go to autocomplete and you go to live advanced. Okay, you will get the URL here. Okay. So you, all you have to do is repeat the same steps for this four and you will be good to go. Now, I hope I am able to explain the workflow that we have created. Now, since it is already inspired by Wayne Argyle, he is the master of SEO and he has created a beautiful workflow, isn't it? Now we have just tried to copy it and make it for our use. So since it was working for us, so I thought, why wouldn't I share this workflow with you all? So I did it. Now, if you have any questions or if you want to use this workflow, just comment down and we will try to help you out. Okay? Honestly, the biggest win isn't about saving time, it's about mental clarity. Now, whenever I launch something new or I don't get stuck doing keyword research for hours, I just run the workflow and open the sheet. And I already know what to write about, what to rank for, and where to focus. It's just one less bottleneck between idea and execution. And that's something very huge who is trying to build very fast. So yeah, if you're like me and you love to launch, but you hate the messy research phase, this one's for you.